that I Joe living good, that's my main bro. Got it popping down in Georgia, yo. Next morning out to Portugal. Everything I do is historical. Never needed no tutorial. I ain't even get to Porsche yet. I be in the club with velour sweats. More money mean more threats. Y'all ain't pull up to my door yet. That's really regular. Like I'm Channing Tatum, I be stepping up. This I be flexing up. I can't straight front of upper. Nah, don't never be another. Think they got me covered. I hit the three at the buzzer. I hit the three at the buzzer. Yeah. Hey, I hit the three at the buzzer. Nah, don't never be another. I hit the three at the buzzer. I hit the three at the buzzer.
Hey, come on. Hey, yeah. I can hear it now. Before I take the stage, they know every word. They be shouting my name. I'm a the game, that's what everybody say. Take real dedication when you trying to be great. I be up late, penning all these words. Still wake up early, I be up before the birds. They saying I'm absurd. Okay, they don't get it. Just know you doing well. If you got a lot of critics, see, I got a vision. I know I'ma get it. Every move with precision. Even the slightest pivot. Always knew that I was gifted, but still I be tripping. Don't put me in a box. I promise, dog, I'm different. I'm really with it. Can't wait, I need it right now. People telling me to pipe down. Ain't a hobby, that's my life now. Better start shining bright now. People see me, they be like, wow. Take over, give me my crown. Worldwide, they know my sound. Know my name before the lights out. I just wanna be a legend. People know my name and they never gonna forget it. I just wanna be a legend. When they talk about the greats, know that I'ma get a mention. I just wanna be a legend. People know my name and they never gonna forget it. I just wanna be a legend. When they talk about the greats, know that I'ma get a mention. I'm not where I wanna be, but I'm not where I started. I got some enemies, it made me cold-hearted. Watching who I keep around me, know they stay solid. If I ever got a problem, they tell me they got it. Yeah, I used to go to school with they be on computers. They said they be liking all my music cause I always kept it real and I ain't never plan on losing. This one for the people with the big dreams, trying to make it to the top, big league. Just know I'm right here, climb with me. Even when I'm gone, talking 6 feet, I'ma go hard till I pass out.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Lots of enthusiasm around that presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. And we've got plenty more coming up. Stay tuned. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. Joining Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And with us tonight, the always insightful Kenny the Jet Smith. Kenny, it is so great seeing you.
Hey, Gregory Anthony. How are you today?
We're doing well, Kenny.
Yeah, but it's good to have another guard on our row here, isn't it?
You know what? It just brings a whole new level of intellect to the broadcast.
Thank you. Well, guards are the quarterbacks of this.
Well, if you want an intellect, I'm the guy to bring down from up there.
Yes.
Spell intellect for us real quick, just so we get a taste of yours.
And now we're back off to the Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We're off. Let's go to the game.
Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Star players move around more than ever, it seems, but guys like Damian Lillard are emulating legends like Dirk Nowitzki, who stayed put in Dallas his whole career. Dame said, "I'm not loyal to a fault. I'm loyal to the person that I am. I want this city to..." After such a long time. Kevin?
He stays working. and stays true. David, thank you. Kenny, of course, you were nicknamed the Jet for a reason. Who do you think is the fastest player right now going end-to-end in the league?
With the ball, right now is De'Aaron Fox. With the ball. Russell Westbrook is probably just...
Ben Simmons isn't too far behind him either.
But he's more on speed and power. Yeah. But in talk about... I had a thing one time, and it was they scored. The team scored with 7 minutes and 17 seconds. I scored. It was 7 minutes and 15 seconds. And so, and it was in stride, and then 2 seconds later. Wow. So De'Aaron Fox could do that.
That's fast.
Yeah, that's jet lag.
Yeah. Thus, here are the starters for Los Angeles. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Boss, and Harrell's in at center. And for Portland, McCollum the 2 and Hood the 3. Nurkic is out there with Anthony, and it's Lillard in at the point.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe, but he has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Lillard misses.
Kanya pa very okay na. Ulit to.
For Portland, they won their last contest, that game against the Jazz. Schroeder looking over the floor. Shoots over Lillard. And it's Davis with the jam.
That's a big-time battle from AD on the glass. You see the athleticism to go back up with it.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Portland's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. McCollum outside, and McCollum with the slam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Boss. The Blazers getting the bucket. Second chance points. That helps an offense, Kenny. It's an easy way to get some scoring. Which players do the best job of keeping possessions alive for the chance to get the second chance?
Second chance points, I would say Drummond, Steven Adams, and Cantor. Those are guys who are great offensive rebounders, and they get it done.
Don't forget Montrezl Harrell. There's another guy that's doing a great job.
Pass to LeBron. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
The big man, the brow, finding a teammate and does a great job of seeing somebody that's uncovered.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And it's blocked, and he's able to get it back. Nurkic, another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. On the wing, James to the left wing. Here's Boss. Covered by Lillard. It's tipped, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Cullen passes to Lillard. He kicks to Carmelo. Put on the wing. James covering. Just 5 on the clock. A baseline J. Good work there as it goes.
Hard to read what it is that Rodney Hood might go with in a set like that. So being unpredictable, helping him out that time.
Over the last few years, Jet, the step-back three has become a staple for some guys. Who do you think is the most consistent with it?
Harden and Doncic, easily. You know who started the step back? The first time I ever saw it was Kiki Vanderbilt.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I never saw a step back until he
And
played.
it was quick.
Yeah, he used to do a quick step back. And when I was like, what is that? Is that a walk? He's like, no, it's a step back. And now we got the step to the step to the step to the step to the step back.
The side back.
And what's going to be the next development?
You're just going to be able to run and you don't have to do it.
Yeah. We're seeing that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And Lillard gets it to go.
Drawing so much attention offensively. McCollum uses that to his advantage as he creates for others.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Anthony. And Robert Covington subbed in for Rodney Hood. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Marc Gasol's checked in for Harrell. Kyle Kuzma comes in for James. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Boss. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder.
Well, as good as AD already is, to think that there's still upside to his game, it's really remarkable. Athletic, talented, and continues to work hard to maximize his talents.
So he gets them both. And there are a lot of questions on the best way, guys, to develop talent in the NBA. Kenny, would you restructure youth basketball in the U.S.?
Many fans think that the G League could supplant college hoops. I think I would restructure it in this way. And it has nothing to do with the players. I would just make sure that the coaches are coaches. Meaning, to get a driver's license, what do you need? You have to learn to drive. To get any kind of thing, you need a license to do it. You don't need a license to be a coach. No, you got to be a licensed coach.
And not to mention, this is still a business. So I'd rather have the impact of what the college game brings, because now I got a ready-made star coming into our game. You think about when Magic and Bird came in, they were big stars because they had played in the most watched game ever, right? Absolutely. There's still a huge advantage to having collegians come into our league.
Now, here's Lillard. 20-point game for him in the win against Utah. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Lillard's got 10 points.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Caldwell-Pope finds Davis. 13 feet away. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Guys, the game nowadays more open, more freedom of movement. Kenny, do you like where the game seems to be headed?
Yeah, as a fan, I like it. And if I was a player, I would like it. Because of my style of play, I can imagine a lot of players in my era wouldn't like it. But a lot more fun to watch, a lot of flow to the game.
The thing I like about it is you have to be more skilled in the game today. Because you can't just grab and hold and beat people up today. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like your Knicks team.
Yeah, exactly. We would have struggled today. We would have struggled.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustments.
here. Giles is checked in. And the power rankings now, second half of February. Interesting to see how some of these teams compare. You look at Portland. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And seeing where the Lakers are, they've blown away the so-called experts' opinions. People who didn't realize how high their ceiling really was.
We've got 1:23 left to play in the first quarter. The shot from the low post is good.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Caldwell Pope.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Lillard, the pass to Giles. Back to Lillard. Lets the three fly. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
It feels like the other 4 guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Morris is checked in for the Lakers. Smith comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Caruso, the pass to Morris. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And here's Covington. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And the basket by McCollum.
The long-range gunner. Love how easy CJ makes these deep shots look.
Morris, left side. Caldwell Pope outside. Right wing. Caruso, the pass to Davis. And he banks in the layup. Davis has got 15.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for Los Angeles. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he deals with the big loss.
I look to the times where things are going.
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got Smith. Marquis Morris is out there with Harrell. Then it's Contavious Caldwell Pope. And it's Caruso in at the point guard position.
Mr. Little out of North Carolina, your alma mater, of course, Kenny. It's been a while since we've seen a Tar Heel.
This is hard to believe, make an all-star team in the NBA. Any guesses on who could break that trend and get a heel back in that game?
Man, it's sad to say that.
It is,
Steve
isn't
Wallace
it? I was just thinking
Antoine
that the other day.
2008. That's the last Tar Heels all-star, but we got a lot of pros. It's a lot of pros. But Kobe White and Nasir, they both have a legitimate shot one day to be all-stars.
Harrell, that's good.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. McCollum against Schroeder. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. McCollum's got 9.
This is McCollum's role. He's a shooter first and foremost.
James dishes to Schroeder. Here's Boss. Goodbye, Hood. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Lakers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
The first free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. Kenny, when you came into the NBA as a rookie, was there a veteran who stepped in to become your mentor?
My first coach, Bill Russell, was a
He was your mentor?
Yes, yes. You know, which is even funnier, like the former players in North Carolina were my mentors because we played
some of those guys.
Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, Walter Davis.
That's like a Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I mean, all those guys were still in the league, and they would come back and they would tell stories about what it takes to be in the NBA, how you got to stay there. So those were my mentors.
And you drank in every word.
Oh, every second, yeah.
Now, here's Nurkic. What a tremendous game he played against Utah.
And Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
Here's Boss. Harrell trying to free himself up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Rodney Hood.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line. And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Rollins checked in for the Trailblazers. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Hood, the pass to McCollum. On the top of the key, and the jumper falls for him. McCollum's got 11 points. Kenny, your teammate Akeem Olajuwon, a lead on both ends. Who do you think is the best all-around big man in the game right now?
Well, as great as Akeem was, you know, Shaq was probably just the greatest ball handler as guys today. You know, you think about that, like Giannis and Embiid, those two come to mind. They probably would have gave it to Shaq, but he would have had his share.
Some changes for the Lakers. Gasol comes in for Montrezl Harrell, and Kyle Kuzma is subbed in for Morris. McCollum outside, from outside the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. McCollum's got 9 points now in the quarter. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. 3-point lead. Here's Boss, and the Egyptian by Collins.
Terrific instincts defensively as Zach Collins able to reach over and get that one.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Stolen by Collins. Here's the break. Hood with it. Picked up by Kuzma. Hood kicks to Collins. That one, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
And going back and watching that game, there was not one spot on the floor that they did not own.
Boss gets the bucket. And now a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
And Portland making a change here. Lillard's checked in, and Anthony Davis is checked in for Los Angeles. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. You can just chalk up the points when these guys get to the line. Here are your top free throw shooters for the past month. Take a look at Boss. The best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic.
And during that time, guys, he's been an absolute dead-eye shooter from the free throw line. His concentration just never wavers.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Cantor checked in for the Trailblazers. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebounded by the Lakers.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes. Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Three-pointer, Lillard.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
Gasol with it. Cantor covering. Back to Gasol. Here's Boss. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Just 5 to shoot. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Pass to Cantor. To the middle. Here's Lillard. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
They did a better job of getting it inside in that first. They've lost some of that physical edge here.
Portland shooting their first free throw of the evening.
One of the most respected leaders in the game. Damian Lillard is a class act, whether his team is winning or losing.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Davis, and finished off by Davis.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. There's 1:26 left in the first half. Kenny, always fascinating to get your take. We sure appreciate you coming by.
Man, it's great to be here, man. Thanks for having me, man. Happy to be here. This is the best studio show up top, but we got the best down here by the bottom.
Are they paying you well? Are they paying you well?
Not as well as y'all are. I tell you, not as well as y'all are.
And Brent, you and Kenny both enjoyed success in the NBA. Always great to have his perspective with us here at the broadcast table.
Well, that's nice of you, Kevin. And certainly Kenny has done some remarkable things post-career. And I love the fact with Kenny's presence, he's just got great perspective on the entirety of the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Lillard, bounce pass. Here's Cantor. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
Outside Hood. Here's the pass to Covington. Collins trying to break free. Offline with his 3.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him, they appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Outs one up, and Gasol sends it back.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And Davis throws it down.
Yeah, just looking at this box score and wondering what Anthony Davis hasn't done. This guy's been on a roll since the tip.
For 3, Covington. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. They get Marc Gasol. The Trailblazers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
And he's good on the first of 3. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And he's good on the second. And he nails the third. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We'll return shortly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is. And gracing us with his presence once again after his stirring performance with the live crew. At least that's what the card I'm reading says, and it was written by the always terrific Kenny Smith.
Well, you know what it was? You called it the live crew. So you know what it was when I was down there? It was the video. You know it's always, you know what, Kenny? Yeah. I'm not a hater. I'm a congratulator. Thank you. And I must say, you did a great job. I liked it almost as much as the regular broadcast. I was impressed.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Hood out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot, manning the middle. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Outside Anthony. Back to McCollum. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Clock at 6. Here's Hood. And James pulls it down.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And Davis can't get it to go.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Lakers leading by 15. Back to James. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. And that one is good. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, young champ Derek Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention.
The third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Trailblazers trail by 16. Three-pointer, Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And the Lakers making a change here. Smith has checked in. And so he makes both from the line. Down the stretch of last season, Greg, we saw some teams resting healthy players, even ones out of the playoff hunt. And they got fined. But is the amount, which I think is about $25,000, is that enough to discourage that tactic?
You know, I don't think it is. Not when team revenues are measured in the hundreds of millions. You got to do more to keep them honest. But by the same token, you know, if I got $100, $200 million invested in the guy, I'm going to protect my investment. And so if I can rest them here or there and prolong their career.
Wow, hammering it in.
Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And the shot is good.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
And Harrell slams it in.
A solid roll there from Harrell as he's going to come right at you.
Trailblazers trail by 20. Outside Hood. Back to McCollum. Lillard outside. Hood, the pass to Carmelo. Now, here's Nurkic. He's defended by Hill and finished off by Nurkic.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Here's Davis. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And that's 21 points for Anthony Davis. Smith against McCollum. No good from outside.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Launches a three. The shot, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. McCollum passes to Anthony. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Melo can play big down there in the paint, so using his size that time to draw the contact.
A different look now for Portland. Ennis Cantor's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Giles comes in for Damian Lillard. And Robert Covington subbed in for Rodney Hood. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Marc Gasol is checked in for Harold. Morris comes in for Davis. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for LeBron. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Smith. And he gets it to go.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
McCollum outside. Passes it to Carmelo. Goes back up. And he sinks the layup. Anthony's got 4 points in the quarter.
I feel like Melo has always been a guy who doesn't mind hanging around down low, knocking guys around a little bit, and getting great second chance opportunities.
Covington with the steal. Anthony in the corner. No good off the back of the rim.
Sunod lang.
Sino nakaano sa libro? Ang pangalan, Des? Ako dyan, may mga kawawa furniture mo dyan. Wala! Samantha. Awit basa. Hindi, Sally. Ano yung sa ano? Yung sa car? Yung kulay blue? Ba yung Porsche? Girlfriend ni McQueen? Yan.
Hindi kayo malisam?
Hindi po. May exam ako bukas, kuya eh. Sila ate na ha? Huwag na mag-review. Oo nga, may magsisend naman ng sagot eh, no? Kami nagsisend sa'yo, sana all. Hindi na naman ang mga klase mo, bes? Takot, freshman pa lang eh. Sana all. Chad, anong gagawin mo sa pusa mo pag-ising mo? Puro kalimot yung kuhaan mo. Malis? Guys, maniwala ako. Ay,
Bakit? Natuloy sila. Ba't sila ate mo hindi sumama?
may sakit si Big Mac, di ba? Yung paa niya, may eczema. Ay?
So,
Katulad kay Mary.
may ano rin?
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Caldwell Pope passes to Morris. Excellent D from Cantor. Trailblazers trail by 18. Anthony with it, now guarded by Caldwell Pope. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles, and Morris throws it down.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball.